1989, the circuit was reconstructed and made considerably shorter. The circuit went from 4.9 miles long to just 2.6, making it one of the shorter circuits raced in recent years. You join us here today at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in Brazil.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Season 10 Tier 3 finale here at Brazil. Comms tonight, myself, Glemel, and joined by Dan, if he's here.
The Brazilian Grand Prix 2008 was the scene of one of the closest title battles in F1 history. Lewis Hamilton shattered the dreams of Felipe Massa.
It doesn't sound like he is here.
In the final corner, on the final lap of the race. Having been scheduled as the season finale multiple times.
Well, we've got Haas first car out on track, and it is King Oatman, it looks like. So season finale now. Oatman still leading the championship, ahead of Marshall by just 4 points. So all to play for tonight. The championship will be won. As Oatman lets Dave through. Evening Hound, evening Pint Size. Hound saying we've got rain in the race as well, so will be an interesting one. So first one on a hot lap is Toby. We'll stick on board with this. Slows it right down now for that left-hander. Course to the apex. Just waits to pick the throttle back up now. Into sector, the end of sector 2. .52.8, that's sector 2 split. Now this long run up to the line. And first time on the board, a 109.8. Quickly knocked down by his teammate there, Dave Douglas, 109.6. Oatman, what can he manage? 109.2 for Oatman.
Chatting shit there for the last 5 minutes trying to figure out what he wouldn't respond to me.
that's why I kept making the hint, you know, if he is there, thinking that he'll mute his mic.
I'm like, I'm here!
So, yeah, so what are you thinking of this one? Season finale, another championship on the line?
Yeah, so we got 6 points between Luckman and Marshall. Luckman's 6 points ahead currently.
Oh, was it 6? I thought it was 4.
Was it 6? 4. 6 or 4? 4, okay. Yeah, 4 points. So, yeah, it's going to be incredibly tight. Long ways to go yet, but I don't know. I don't know. I think with the couple of drivers we got in the last 6 or 7 weeks, I don't, you know, and they've been taking wins on track and things, the likes of CDR S, you know, and the other
Bobo
as well. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, full send Dave, that's a good lap time. 8 thousandths behind Lutman. Hindsight's off track, mate is invalidated.
Yeah, I don't know. I obviously didn't race here Friday night. I've not raced here on this game. What's it like, Clay?
I've got to say, I absolutely love the track. But it's one of them. It's always been a favourite of mine. I don't know what it is. I like it. Seem to be able to get the flow. I like the way it flows.
Yeah, it's one of them tracks that I enjoy driving. I just don't have the greatest amount of pace there, but
Yeah,
I think turns 1 and 2 and 3 are a pain in the arse. But you know,
I will say it seems a lot easier on wheel than I found it on pad.
Oh yeah, it will be a bit smoother anyway, at least.
But yeah, we've got rain in the race as well.
Nice.
Steve said, so we don't know when that rain's coming, but it looks quite cloudy now for this quali session, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. It does. Obviously, running that approximate weather as well. It's a hard one to call. I've my eye on Marshall lot, to be honest. I was watching the Tier 1 race Friday night, and he got into the 108s on the softs in Q3, but like still a couple of competitive times up there. He's on the mediums as well for his first run, so
yeah, we've seen a few times recently. He shows some pace on them mediums.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's picking up a nice slipstream there to the line as well.
Yeah, that's
110 flat.
It's a good time, but maybe hard to call it. I wouldn't be with the title on the line. I'm not sure I'd be gambling a 110 dead, to be honest with you.
Absolutely not. If I'm honest, I wouldn't have thought that would be enough. But we've got a lot of guys out on mediums, and yeah, with it being such a short lap, I think softs is your only option.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just look at how close them times are. You know, 1st to 7th covered by just over half a second.
Yeah, I just don't understand this. Again, we've had this conversation several times. You got Harvey with 3 laps on the mediums, Matey Boy with 2 laps on him. Is that not killing your potential race tire? Airways into the 108s there now as well. We're 108 and 9. It's you know what? Brazil is one of these tracks. I don't think it's the most technical track, and across the 3 tiers, going back, not so much this game, it's the first time we've raced here this game, but qualifying has always been close amongst the 3 tiers. The 3 pole times have always been pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. Airways is another name that I'd missed off that list when we're talking about previous winners and that as well.
I'm not saying it's an easy track, but I don't think it's a technical track. I just think you gotta nail your braking points are crucial. If you can nail them, it's a track that flows pretty handy.
A lot of it you're on full throttle as well. I'd say it's just sector 2 really where you're not. Yeah, I think sector 2 is the only sector where you're not full throttle all the way through. Obviously you brake for turns 1 and 2, but as soon as if you've got your line right through 1 and 2, it's pretty much full throttle then. Down to 4, obviously sector 2's got a few twists. You can't be too quick to get on the throttle in some of them corners as well. That left-hander in the middle of sector 2, you just got to wait and hold off. Yeah. And then sector 3, you've got that one braking zone, and then full throttle straight down the run to the line.
Yeah, full send Dave's side, he's done enough there. 109.2. Harvey, that's a phenomenal time on the mediums, and on a 4-lap old medium at that, 109.5.
Yeah, just behind his teammate there, 6 thousandths. CDR S coming up to the line now, a 109.4. Still a few lads on mediums. Hindsight, Matey, Bobo's on an outlap on the mediums. Curly, Marshall, Harvey.
I suppose
Harvey
the
is
thing
into the pits.
If it's a wet race as well, it just depends. When does it get wet? Do you start in the hards to try and hang it out, or is it going to come in during the first stint? You go on mediums, try and get as far up the road as you can. it's always a tricky one to try and navigate, because this game, it can either just rain out of nowhere, it can not come, or it can come and it never becomes actually an inter-track. So you just have to see how it goes in the moment.
Yeah, as you say, I think when we raced at Spa in Tier 2, I think a lot of that was still on slicks in the wet. It just wasn't wet enough to warrant going to inters, so it's going to make the strategy calls interesting. It'll make it interesting for us as spectators. Not too sure how the two lads in the title fight will feel. As Full Send Dave comments, saying evening lads, we go one last time. Thank you for the hard work this season. Love you all. Cheers, Dave. Greatly appreciated, mate.
I suppose it's like every season. I'm like whatever about safety cars and things. I'm just hoping that the two title rivals don't get caught up in any incidents with any other drivers. I mean, obviously, look, it's everybody's out here to win the race. But if it was me, I wouldn't be taking any risks around them two lads, and I wouldn't be leaving them through or not racing them. But I'd be just that smidge cautious, a small bit more cautious that you don't have a negative impact for either of the drivers. Nothing unnecessary anyway, but might as well be talking to the wall with some fellas.
Bobo manages a 109.8 on the medium, so just behind Marshall at the moment. If I'm honest, I don't think them times are safe.
They're dodgy.
It's just how close it is.
110.1 is the cutoff at the moment. I suppose you're not particularly looking at P15. You might be looking down towards Teabag and Captain on the 110, 111.2. Mate, he definitely could do with a bit more than 123.8. EL has a quality band, so hard one to call.
Yeah, definitely, but you're talking 7 tenths covering 2nd to 14th.
Yeah, Marshall have a look at the softs now as well, so I think anyone from I don't know, whatever.
Bobo's straight into the pits. Ralphie snuck up there as well, P5, a 109.4. I think he's been really, really impressive this last few races, especially in qualifying. I think he's had some great qualifying laps.
Yeah, he has, to be fair. Another full grid as well, which is great to see out of the 3 tiers this weekend, and it was an unfortunate...
Oh, Teabag spins at turn 1. I think he's kept it out of the wall. He did improve then as well, a 109.7 jumping ahead of Bobo, but spun at turn 1 on his cooldown lap.
Yeah, just on board with that. I didn't see it, but yeah, he's plenty of time yet.
I'm not sure if he caught a bit of curb on the inside of turn 1, which unsettled the car.
Yeah, I turn 1s, 2 and 3 here for me are, well, 1 and 2 in particular are one of the worst combination of corners in the game for me. I absolutely hate them.
Oh, I love it. I love them, mate. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It just feels nice. Do you know, once you've got it right.
Yeah.
Hound saying rain about 30 minutes into the race. E-Hail asking what does the percentage mean for the rain. That's the percentage of the likelihood you're going to have rain.
Yeah, I think it would, don't quote me, but it would want to be kind of low to mid 20s to probably get that. So
yeah, I think we're going to say the same thing. I think 20s is pretty much when you get it.
It can give you a rain 7 or 8%, but that's not really going to happen.
So yeah, off track though.
3.5 minutes left in the session. If anybody's coming back out now, they'll probably be coming out within the next minute or so. I'd imagine half the grid will be coming out, Clay, to be honest with you. Anyone from Harvey down, I'd say, even Harvey himself might be looking at it.
Yeah, well, obviously Harvey set his lap on the medium, so I think he will go out and do a run on softs. As Hound was half a second over, so he's gone straight back into the pits. I think the thing with Steve is he goes out on the mediums first, sets, a banker lap, which sort of isn't fast enough. Goes out on softs and tries pushing too hard to beat it, makes mistakes and loses time, and by that point then it's too late to come in and get back out.
Yeah, and it's to be honest with you, unless I know I have the pace, it's why I don't do it, because you're leaving it all alone to the last lap. At least if you have the banker lap in on the softs, it's probably 3 or 4 tenths quicker than it is on the mediums anyway.
Yeah, so. that's what I mean. It'll be more competitive. Is Harvey now up to the line on the softs? A 109.1 goes P2. Dave Douglas, 109.5 P10.
You couldn't try and forecast what's going to happen here because, and there you go. Is that Hondo? Is he on note that?
He's retired in the pits. I don't think he's got enough time.
But yeah, it's hard to try and forecast what's going to happen. You look at Luckman last week, a couple of laps in, he's down at the back, he ends up on the podium or P40, he inherited the podium with a penalty, or I think Marshall was just competed there as well, and he's backed out, so that's, and to hit the nail on the head, Clay, this is exactly what you just pointed out. He's just been impeded. If he doesn't have enough fuel, he's not going to be able to improve. So that's going to be a tricky one to navigate, as they're all slowing down. They think they're on laps, but they're not. Marshall needs to get a move on here, and to be honest, for his sake, I hope he has enough fuel. But for me, on the last run, I'm coming out absolute minimum.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
So we'll see. He's recharging again, so maybe he has enough to do a lap. I don't know, if you backed out, would you get another lap in? I don't know, but as you said, that's exactly what you pointed out. Something happens on the last lap. It's particularly a lap around Brazil. It's pointed out in Stewart's briefing. Sector 2 can be tricky in qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be catching cars there.
Yeah, Marsh is going again, so I'd say he has enough fuel. Or, well, he might as well try anyway, even if he doesn't.
Yeah, I'll jump on with Marshall for his lap, but there's a number of guys now on hot laps behind him. It says E-Hell's on a lap.
I hope not. Yeah. He said a lap, but he invalidated it. I'm presuming he did that on purpose, but if you look at the way the rules are written, oh wow.
Bobo, wow. Marshall's in that risky position now.
Yeah, I suppose interesting in terms of pace. That lap that he had set was 109 dead, so that would have him second row. Yeah, Marshall with it all to do. Let's see what he can do. He's only fractionally up in his time. He's down in P15. T-Bag is off. Geezer is on a lap. Hindsight's in the pits. So yeah, Geezer potentially could knock Marshall out here, but he'd want a serious amount of time. He doesn't, so Marshall gets through. And I tell you what, lad, that's ballsy. Nah, he gets
Marshall,
through.
109 flat.
Yeah, it's a pressure lap, though. Why would you be, like, if there's enough pressure, why would you be adding to it? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Luckman's gone out there, done one lap. It's seen him comfortably through. Seeing that pressure on Marshall a bit, would you take anything into that? Think anything of that? Or, it's just one of them things. He set his lap on the mediums. He had more pace.
I'll be honest, if I was Luckman, I'd be quite happy with that, because if you think just over 2 tenths quicker, Luckman said his lap on his first run, Marshall got the absolute most out of the track evolution there, and his fuel load would have been so low with that block in his first run. So
yeah,
I'd be quietly confident. Again, it depends on mentality. I haven't spoke to either drivers, but for me, I'd be just looking at Marshall, and I'd be just looking at Luckman. If that's me, I'm not really worried about a podium or anything like that. It's just trying to get it over the line, I suppose. obviously Marshall, in theory, has more to look at. Luckman just needs to finish ahead of Marshall. Marshall needs to gap him by 4 points, I believe. If it goes to a dead heat, Marshall takes it on race wins. So 4 points is what he needs on Luckman.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's incredibly tight. Very, very tight.
There is a lot to come tonight, definitely. We're just waiting for Curly's car to be wheeled in the pit. It's in the pit now. Why is it not? There we go. Yeah, Bobo setting the pace in Q1, closely followed by Airways. I've got to say, unbelievably close grid this.
Yeah, it's insane. Just over a second between the top 16.
Yeah, insane. But we're losing Teabag, Pint Size, Captain Hindsight, Matey Boy, and E-Hell from Q1. But all eyes currently on Marshall and Luckman, the championship battle. As you say, 2 temps separating on there in that Q1.
Yeah, it's going to be Matey Boy's last race as well for a long while. He's not getting the new game for personal reasons, so hopefully he does well today. He's promised me he's sober, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a shame to hear. You know, I've raced against him a number of times, and I've got to say, a very good racer on his day.
Yeah, it's never great when you're well, he's not leaving the league, but you know, when guys are taking a sabbatical, you know, guys that have been here since late season 1, season 2, early season 3, you know, and the vast majority they are here that long, and you never want to see those guys not on the track.
No, definitely not. But here we go into Q2. Track looks a bit brighter. Everybody on the soft tyres.
I suppose the other thing is be interesting if Ralphie and Marshall have had a conversation. Obviously Ralphie is reserving. He's not part of the Williams team, but he's in the Williams car. Are you looking at that from a teammate point of view in race? Obviously Luckman has point size is out in Q1, so he's not going to be in a position to help him out early on anyway, at least. What would you be doing if you were a reserve in that in this scenario with Ralphie?
Honestly, if I'm a reserve, I'm staying well out of it. I'm not getting involved. I wouldn't be showing. Personally, I wouldn't be showing my teammate. He's not your teammate. You just have to be the same car. Exactly that. You know, you could have spent 9 out of 10 races reserving with the other driver, and then you know you're with the other one for the last race. As a reserve, I wouldn't even be looking at that. I wouldn't be getting involved in that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny the old teammate thing, that race win that pink eye got me last season at Japan was just poetry. It was off the wall.
Well, I seem to remember back to season 3, you getting me a race win in Spa.
Ah, yeah, look. Yeah, they're the things you do as teammates, you know.
Absolutely, and that's it. You know, I've always played the team game up until a point. I think on Friday night, you know, it's the last race of the season. My teammate's not challenging for the championship. I've had some pretty bad results this season. It's been an awful season for me. I was in a good position. My teammate was behind me, and I wasn't just going to let him by. If it was earlier in the season, I'd have just let him by and tried tagging on the back of him. But no, I was feeling a bit fighty on Friday night. Felt good.
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea who's first on a lap. Marshall is on a lap.
It's Hound. Hound's first.
We'll skip that.
Join us in 3 minutes.
That's probably the only purple sector 2 he's going to see, so we'll go with it. It was 10 wings. It looks quick. It is quick.
109.3, yeah, good lap.
Not too shabby at all. Marshall, I believe, is next. No, it's Ralphie, and it's not Ralphie, really. It's Luckman.
Will you make your mind up? I'm flicking through people here.
Doesn't look the quickest from Luckman. It's not. It's 109.6. So.
And Marshall behind him picking up a slipstream of 109.4. Now, would that start getting in your head?
Yeah, probably. Not going to be too worried. I suspect that's a set of scrub tyres for Luckman.
His Q1 tyres, yeah, I think the same.
Possibly for Marshall as well. It's a lap where you can, if you hurry your out lap and your in lap, you can probably get 3 runs in, but it's not going to do the world of good for your tyre preparation on your out lap. That's the only thing. But yeah, we don't know that. We don't have the joy of knowing that.
No, that's one thing I hope they add into the new game, like a better view at things from the comms point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I suppose it's like FIFA and all these games. How many people are playing offline? Wow. Ralphie might have a bit to say.
Wow.
Yeah, how many guys are playing offline and stuff? You'd imagine a lot of these games are focused around league racing, especially when you have the esports leagues as well. Obviously, the esports drivers have a bit of input into new games. Surely there's someone saying, give comms a hand.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say so as well. Not just esports, even below that level, like the creator series and stuff like that. You know, a lot of big YouTubers or content creators who got together, put a league together. You know, and that's race with comms. They've all had an input in the game as well. So yeah, you'd think the spectator side of it's looked after as well, but I can also see sort of why these sort of things aren't put in, because if we could see, you know, someone's exact tyre percentages, it might give an advantage to someone who's watching, who's got the stream on. Or
I suppose, okay, in real life they don't know what tyres you've used either, but
yeah,
they have a kid down in the pit lane saying, yeah, he's coming out on scrub. So.
Oh, that's it. It's kind of impossible to watch all 15 cars at once to see what tyres they're coming out of the pits with.
Yeah, it is. Harvey's setting that lap on the mediums as well. No, he's not. Yeah, that's a fresh. No, it's not. Yeah. Did Harvey set that lap?
No, he's set it on the sauce, 109.6. Yeah. He's just picked the mediums. So that will be the same set of mediums that he had originally in Q1.
This is definitely a strange one.
Yeah, you wouldn't go out for your second run on a 4 or 5 lap old set of mediums. That's a little bit insane, I'd say.
Douglas back into the pits again, so he's not happy with something there.
No, Moritz, I think he invalidated his first run.
Moritz is just starting it up.
I think he's coming into pits.
Yeah, he's back in. But then Dave, I believe. Was it Dave Douglas? No, it's CDR S. He's just starting his lap.
Nerf's on a lap at the moment, just coming up to sector 3 now. Alpine going slow there. That's Harvey getting out of the way of Airways, but both of them are on out laps. And Nerf now up to the line, 109.4, P7 for Nerf. Interesting to see the lines, you know, through the final corner. People obviously try and hug the pit wall to, you know, the shortest run to the line, but some people just tend to stick to the race. Yeah, the racing line.
Yeah, I hug it. I've nearly crashed over quali several times there, actually.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Actually, we saw that, actually. I believe, I'm going to say, season 3, season 4, Teddy Henke. He was just coming along, and like that, now cutting it close to the wall, and all of a sudden his left front disappeared. Barely glided with the wall, but yeah, CDR S powering towards the line. Be interested to see what kind of a lap this is. Looks quick. And it is quick.
108.7. So it's close at the top. I actually remember your quali issue here as well. I think that was season 3. Season 2? Season 2 it might have been. We
What was the issue?
was in Q2. You came out of the pits for your final run and went straight into the pit wall. Lost your wing.
Yeah. I was in. That was ooh. That was season 1. I was in the Racing Point.
No, we were teammates. Yeah, I knocked you
Sure.
out. Yeah, I ended up knocking you out of Q2.
What I've done.
I think it's the
Was that
only
Abu
time I've ever
Dhabi?
gone P1 in a qualifying session, and it was my final run because you'd clipped the wall and got wing damage.
Yeah, well, they've clipped it in the Racing Point as well, so it's twice.
Oh, Marshall's checked into the chat. Evening, mate. He said, good luck tonight, everyone except the king.
Oh yeah, here we fucking go, licking Ralphie's ass. Great lad from Ralphie. Yeah, if you wouldn't do me a favour there, thanks, bud.
But Irway is improving again, a 108.6.
Look at that from Harvey. Fuck's sake. I mean, 2 tenths quicker on a medium.
No.
Yeah. Well, he was on a 109.4.
You're right, he has. That's no.
Interesting. So yeah, you got Marshall at 109.4, P9, King Luckman 109.6, P11. Obviously they're both going to come out again, but they're not in a good position. Plenty of pace there. We saw Marshall going into the 108s in Q1. Luckman was a low 9, so they have pace, but it's a far from ideal situation with a final run. I believe they're gonna. I'll be surprised if they didn't leave this late, but I have seen Luckman come out in around now in a bit of free air, but
that's what I tend to do. Let everyone get the first runs out of the way and then go out on like an empty track. Just looking as well, Pompey Q's saying, let's go Osso.
Yeah, that's not going to work anyway. Osso's a prick. He's missed 5 races this season. 4, sorry. From never missing a race. So yeah, we'll have to have a chat with Mrs. Osso.
As he says, don't tell me he's not here again. Well,
yeah,
he drives in a McLaren and both of them are in this session, mate. Osso's not in one of them. Toby, 109 flat, puts himself P5.
Yeah, I think the Ozone needs to start getting on his back, to be honest. It's just not good enough. It's not acceptable.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Marshall and Luckman still both in the pits. Is that Marshall on his way out?
Yeah, Curley saying he did that lap on a set of scrubs as well. I've been watching some of Curley's onboards, and with all due respect, and I know you hear this, he's quite good in quality, but some of the things he does in races is just flabbergasted. Not saying he does anything wrong, but just puts his car in places, and I'm like, you don't want to be there just in case the other guy fucks it up.
Yeah.
And he gets caught up in stuff sometimes, and I think a lot of it's avoidable. Again, not his fault, but could certainly be avoided. And like the quality pace is there, and the race pace isn't bad either compared to, certainly the last time he was here. But even compared to earlier this season, he's got far more consistent than he was.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing that's been quite common over all 3 tiers this season. Is people unnecessarily getting caught in incidents.
Yeah.
I find myself, I'll look ahead of me, who's ahead of me, how they're driving or how close they are, how the race is going, and I know whether or not to risk putting the nose up the inside or, there's multiple times this season I've sat there and gone, there's going to be an incident ahead of me here, and then 2 corners later, both cars collide.
Yeah, that comes back to the boxing clever thing again. Like, you see 2 cars going out of the head, and you're like, oh, this is going to end badly. And you stick 2 tenths behind their rear wing, you're going to be collateral. It's as simple as that, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. Certain parts of tracks you don't want to follow too closely through, just in case. As the Ozone said, don't worry, I'm going to have a chat with him this week. Need to get his head back into the game.
Yeah, badly needed. I've sorted this shit out. I've already threatened his family. I'll follow through on it.
We've got Marshall on a lap now, coming through Sector 2. We've got Luckman on one as well, both 12th and 13th.
Yeah, Luckman had a major issue in Sector 1 in his first run because he's 5 tenths up through Sector 1. Which, if he hooks the rest of it up, is definitely a 108 and looks kind of, wow. That's turn 1 and 2 again.
Marshall's 14 seconds. Oh, he's gone for a burner lap. He's recharging.
Yeah. He's 14 seconds. Oh, wait, no, he's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just on board with Luckman heading towards the end of Sector 2. Let's see what the split is. And he's still 5 tenths up. Definitely going to get him into Q3
Sector
anyway.
2 as well.
Yeah. Luckman doing what he needs to do. Sector 3 is... There's really a whole pile of mistakes you can make in Sector 3 here.
It's basically that final corner. That first corner in Sector 3 is the only place I think you can make a mistake. And it's a 108.9 from Luckman. So P5...
Ooh! Marshall's validated!
Marshall's out!
He's out because he doesn't have enough fuel. He did a burner lap, so he can't have enough fuel. Wow.
He's got 34 seconds to get round anyway. I don't think he can get round.
Wow. He's doing a Luckman on it last week.
Can he get around? I don't know. It's going to be close. I don't think he can.
He doesn't have the fuel. He can't have the fuel. Can he get to the line? Nah. Meh.
I don't know.
No way nah, he can't. He can't make the line, but he doesn't have enough fuel anyway. Nah,
it's going to be close, this. He's pushing.
CDR
He's going for it.
There's not a hope he can make the line, but as I suspect, he doesn't have enough fuel anyway. Oh my god, he's made the line.
He doesn't. He's not. He's out.
He missed it by, I would say, somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, that is unbelievably close.
God.
Wow. But that is now advantage Luckman.
I'm going to be honest there. It doesn't look like the AI's taking over. It does. Driving the same pace as Steve. 40 AI. Wow, that's and he's being jumped. He's starting P15.
Hound was improving but invalidated. Dave Douglas is improving. Dave Douglas might knock him down to 15th.
Let's see what Dave can do. He heads towards the line.
And he does! He jumps him!
Oh, man.
Marshall 15th.
That's... Oh, wow. Look at that. Jesus.
Ralph. Wow. As I was saying, I've got to say, based on when he first joined, his pace wasn't there at all. But seeing how he's come on this last few races has been, pretty phenomenal. I've been very impressed with some of the times he's setting.
Yeah. That's it's a shock. It's not game over because Q3 you could have Luckman finishing, he could be starting P8 or 9 and when it seems like a lot, but at the race start it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to say advantage Luckman, but we saw this last week. Luckman started P11 or 12 and Marshall was on, I don't know, first, second row, and that changed as well. So it's definitely advantage Luckman, but it's certainly not anywhere remotely close to over.
It's not over, no, definitely not over. But the lad who's already 4 points ahead.
Yeah, you're going to be laughing.
He's now into Q3 and he's finishing a minimum of 5 places ahead of Marshall there, his rival. And that's it. All he needs to do is stay ahead of him then.
That's it.
Losing Dave, Nerfpack, Hound, Dave Douglas and Marshall. ZSDRS comments saying it's over to the king. Hound says, how was that an invalidation? And LOI Collins says, you must have exceeded the track limits.
Then he says, fuck this game. Fuck you, Steve. Fuck you.
as Bobo says.
How's that an invalidation? Because you were invalidated. It's as simple as that. I mean, what are you going to do?
You know, I once set a 1 minute flat here, but I invalidated.
Doing well in qualifying does not guarantee coming out on top in Brazil.
Yeah.
As the sour
I'll be back here a second, but...
No problem. Q3 now, business end of qualifying. I've got to say I'm a bit shocked by Marshall going out there in Q2, invalidating on that final run. Decided to take a burner lap and then invalidated his final run.
The circuit underwent renovations during the late 60s with the hope that modern facilities would entice the FIA to host a Formula 1 GP. After hosting a non-championship GP in 72,
First car on a lap will be Harvey. We'll jump on board with Harvey first out the pits. And Harvey no longer will be the first across the line, it'll be Toby. Starts his lap now, run to turn 1. We'll jump actually on board for this. Ooh, little snap on the exit of turn 2 there. And collects it, stays right, avoids that car coming out the pits. Oh, Marshall, I feel for you, mate. Ooh, Toby has another big snap. And Curly, the 1092, Harvey 1091. Airways 1087. Wow. Chip 1091. See what Ralphie can manage. Fastest guy in Q2. Steve, you're talking to the wrong person, lad. I'm not involved with invalidating laps. I'm guessing Dan's either ran for a beer. Oh yeah, that's it. He must have ran for a beer. Ralph manages a 1087, so first run's very quick. CDR S 1087 as well. Let's see what Bobo can manage now. Bobo, end of sector 2 now, start sector 3, final corner, or final braking zone. Just this long, flat out run now up to the line. DRS open. A 108.5 from Bobo. So not the quickest lap we've seen so far, but definitely up there. Only a tenth behind.
Making it one of the shortest circuits raced in recent years.
Who's that coming out of the pits at the end?
Before construction started,
Or is that someone coming in? That's someone coming in. Ignore me.
Brazil's oldest permanent autodrome. The track designers took inspiration from three main circuits: Brooklyn in the UK, Roosevelt Raceway in the USA, and Montoya in France. Having been scheduled as the season finale multiple times from 2004, a number of F1 drivers have been crowned world champions here in Brazil. The circuit's former name, Interlagos, translates from Portuguese to between lakes. The circuit's given the name due to two lakes each side of the area that were originally.
And we have Airways coming back out. First man out for his second run.
Yeah. Steve not happy with his invalidation, but nobody really cares, so.
It's not just that, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
It's pointless asking me.
The times of the top four here, they just seem to be in a different planet altogether. The P2, 3 and 4 with a 108.7. Give me a league that has qualifying this tight, that has races this tight, that has championships this tight. It goes down to the last day, every tier, every season. Few and far between. And
No, that's it. Never seen it.
A lot of it is luck, to be honest.
But yeah, I'm not being funny. You look at tier 3, and as you say, you know, I think there's only 1 or 2 seasons out of the 10 where it's not come down to the final day.
It was 2 seasons. It was.
I think it was the Kane Lowry season, and then the
Kane Lowry and Gainful. Potentially that Carroll one. Did that Carroll one come down to the last day?
I think it did, because Carl, he started well, won races at the start of the season, and then he was just consistently finishing in the points. I'm pretty sure that did come down to the end of the
definitely
season.
7 or 8 seasons came down to the last day, and a lot of them had a minimum of 2 drivers. There was a 5-way there one season. I know.
I think we had 2 seasons with 5-way battles on the final day.
You love a 5-way on the final day.
Excuse me?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Alright, let's keep it professional for Gainful if he's watching.
Yeah.
It'll be going out to us after.
Let's stop talking about Five Guys.
Anyway, back to the action. Where are we? Airways is on a lap.
Yeah, he is. His second run.
Chip the Whip has validated.
Almost 2 tenths off Airways. He's improving. He'll do this and then he'll get caught in an incident at turn 1.
Guaranteed. Wow.
108.5. Oh, 0.02 of a second.
Hope these guys have their Friday nights booked off for season 11.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about tier 3, these championship battles. It's not as though it's the same drivers every season. You know, we've had guys that have come in who've been fairly slow, worked their way up, built into it, and it's took them, 3, 4, 5 seasons or whatever to be up there battling. I mean, look at Bark. He was it last season, Bark, wasn't it?
Yeah, last day himself and Wookie and Scotty.
You know, he's been here since early days and never been there, never had any luck, and then just one season sort of put it together and it worked. I think I'm missing something.
Yeah, Teabag being a bit ambitious there, saying it could potentially be another 10 seasons before he wins one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think CDR will still be going, mate. I mean, by the
Who
time you win
knows?
one.
Yeah. I suppose, look, when the league was started, if you told me you'd be still here looking at the 2024 game with full grids every week and still going 10 seasons, I'd have said not a chance. So, yeah, who knows?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Especially not, the original season one having to do the restart.
Jesus. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what I mean. Since the restart, we've not had issues like that.
No, I suppose, look, when you're, looking back, if I was to start the league in the morning, you do it differently. But when you're starting, you're inexperienced, you don't have the knowledge, but trial and error. I think we got there anyway, we're still going.
And that's it. That's it. We're still going. We've still got loyal drivers here, and that's the main thing you need really. You need the platform, and you need the drivers willing to work with it.
Oh, 100%.
And
Oh,
Luckman
three
is
tenths up,
improving.
yeah.
Purple sector 2.
Purple sector, he looked like he just bogged down. You know what? It's his second purple sector too. I'm wondering, does he have lower wings than the rest? He just seemed to bog down in the last corner. We see when he crosses the line, but it should be a 108. And it's not, it's a 109 dead, but it does put him up to P6.
Yeah, he lost about. It looks like he lost
Yeah,
just over a tenth out that final corner. I'm
and a
wondering if
half
his
is up
wings are
as well.
higher. Sector two's more of a higher wing
That's
section,
what I
isn't it?
meant, sorry, yeah. It's hard to see where he'll end up here. Moritz up half a tenth through sector 1. Harvey was up a tenth and a half through sector 1.
Harvey's just
See what
coming
can
up to
happen.
sector two split now.
Yeah, he's well up. He's not looking at pole, but he's definitely going to jump up second row, I would imagine. Curly, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
A 108.8.
Nah.
Harvey 108.7.
Nah, Curly didn't do that lap at all. I hope. Not a hope.
Bobo 108.2.
That's
Oof.
just disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, Morris going across the line. 6 tenths up. And that's Morris up to P7, so look, went down to P8 now. Morris creeping into the 108s. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is it probably for Marshall initially when he goes out, he's thinking, oh my god, but he's only 7 positions behind him. It's behind him, but it's
I mean,
not
7
as.
positions is still a lot, especially with the
Yeah, it
way turn
is. It
1, 2,
is.
and 3 are.
It is.
Look, I've got to agree with yourself and Colin. The championship is not over. It's not decided yet. It's just
Oh yeah, not
advantage
even.
Luckman.
It's and I'd say it's all. I think in this moment in time, being 4 points ahead, it is an advantage. There's no question. He's starting 7 positions higher, but this is a long, 36 lap race. We've got potential rain.
I've got to say,
And who knows?
even though it's a short track, these laps it goes on forever.
No, absolutely. It's just so many.
Friday night, I
It's
was
like
sat in
last year.
P5 in the wet, and I'm thinking, right, we must have about 5 laps left. I looked up, we was only on lap 20, and it just.
Dave Douglas asks, from next season, are we on F1 24? No, Dave, we're going back to F1 2022. Apologies for being smart because it was probably a genuine question, but yes, but we are moving.
Right, I will be back shortly.
Yeah, same.
And I am back. Quick look at the tyres. We've got Ralph, Harvey, Curly, Toby, Chip, Marshall, Teabag, Pint Size, Hindsight and Matey on the hards. Everybody else on the mediums.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
So Marshall is going for the opposite strategy of Luckman.
See, and yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out, because I'm not going to say one is right or wrong, but would you be Marshall like starting on the hards, but would you be gambling it?
It's one of them. It's one of them sort of tracks where you're more likely to get a safety car early, where everyone's bunched up.
Which is not going to be good for the hard runners. Like, if that was me, you look when they started on the mediums every race this season, would you not just start on the mediums? All you do is get past them. Yeah, interesting.
I mean, I'm glad to see he's not done a gameful strategy and gone for the softs.
Headset is driving me insane.
As here we go, the lights are on, and away we go. Always looks like he had a bit of a spin there, a bit of rear wheel spin, sorry.
Ooh.
SDRS up past Ralphie into turn 1. Ooh, Ralphie backing out of that.
Oh wow, Marshall up to P11, P10. Wow, that's a start from Marshall. Jesus.
And Luckman up to P7 as well, so Luckman up 1.
Whoa.
Full send Dave and Nerf pack down 8.
You gotta say, that's redemption for Marshall. He's taken 5 positions through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly the start he wanted.
And that's going to ease a bit of pressure now. That's going to ease a bit of pressure. He can probably see Luckman from where he is.
And that's it. Look, it is a pressure situation. There's no question about that. And that has to have an impact on how you're driving.
Oh, it will. You don't want to be driving tense, especially not at a track like this with, I know it's short, but there is a lot of corners. As Hindsight tumbles down the order. Marshall over a second to the cars ahead now.
Yeah, it's one of them tracks, and it's definitely going to take a couple of laps for them hards to kick in. And Luckman would be wanting to dispatch Curly fairly lively.
Yeah, just looking, Marshall's burning the RS as well. He's around a similar point that Luckman's at. Luckman's slightly higher.
Yeah, just see how this race plays
out. I don't know what happened then, whether Chip and Marshall came together, but I saw them swapping over, and then Chips ended up spinning.
Not ideal. Not ideal for either there, because that could be a... Ooh,
Teabag's crashed out. It's a full safety car. As I was saying, an early safety car plays into the medium runners' hands, especially if we've got rain coming as well. It might help them drag their mediums out till the rain is here. I forgot about the rain.
So did I.
There's too much going on.
Oh God. But yeah, you gotta say it's a pretty successful opening 2 laps for Marshall.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I didn't see what happened with Chip. I saw the names swapping over, and as I flicked on to Marshall, I saw Chip spinning in the background. Your mic's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is shocking. Let me know. I just have to keep turning it on and off. So let me know if it's causing issues.
Just sounds like you're putting your head in a plastic bag. I mean, the race isn't that bad yet. Save that for later.
So yeah, obviously that safety car neutralises the field, which is good for some. It's personally, from a commentator's point of view, it's not good. it bunches the whole thing up again, which, you know, it's good for in terms of racing, but we just want to get this race on with. And
Well, that's it, but look at P7 and 8 now.
Yeah. It's hard as well. If they're on the same strategy, you could say, oh, the fact they're on different strategies, it just, we can't even attempt to preempt where it ends up.
No, because you'd think that, you know, Luckman would be able to pull away from him on the faster tyre. Marshall would come back later in the race. As I said, we don't know when that rain's hitting. I think what we were told was it was around 30 minutes into the race, which will be close to that 30. What will it be, like 28, something like that?
Yeah.
Safety car will obviously eat into that time as well.
Yeah, it could get to a stage, if it does come, it could get to a stage where the hard runners have to make a decision. I don't know what the split is here. Is it 20 laps on the hard, 16 on the medium, something like that? I didn't see the pit windows.
I'm just going to say, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably in around that anyway, but, you know, the problem with the hards is you get to lap 20, you know, is the rain coming, is it not coming? I think the mediums, regardless of rain, they'll have to pit if it's rain with you know 8-9 laps to go. I would suspect anyway. The safety car will help, but Dig is higher around here from memory. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I always say this, and guys get to a point on tyres where it's like, oh, they're dead, and they just go faster. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't work for me, so I don't know how it works for anyone else.
I was going to say fuel, if I remember rightly from Friday, it's quite a fuel burner. Obviously, I know ours were wet, so we did save a lot of fuel, but CDR S is the only one with a yellow fuel warning at the moment, so he's the only one who's low on fuel, so this safety car will help him.
That was ballsy. It was the same last week.
As Colin says, you can do 20 on the mediums, 25 on the hards. Greg did 27 on the hards in Tier 1.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. It wouldn't be great, though.
I mean, not a patch on Monaco, is it?
No.
What rate? 77 laps on the bloody mediums?
Yeah. Yeah, Rustin, yeah.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, hopefully the safety car comes in the end of this lap.
It should do, feels fairly bunched up now.
This comes down to the argument again of, you know, you can do X amount of laps, but how many of them laps can you remain competitive for? I suppose it depends what tier you're in, you know, who's around you, what you're fighting for, the circumstances. It's just a mind boggler.
I think that's racing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we just, I'm trying to forecast where we'll be at lap 33 or 4, but we just need to relax and take stock when there's 3 or 4 laps left and see how it looks.
Well, that's it. You know, you've got Marshall, Toby, and then 3 of the top 6 are on the hards. 5 of the top 9 are on hards. So it's definitely going to be a strange race, as you say, differing strategies.
I suppose, yeah, especially throwing potential rain into it. That's where the unknown comes into it for me. If it comes, does it come? What lap does it come?
I wonder if that's why the lads have chose to run hard. Do you know, to just grind it out until that rain.
Yeah, it comes down to personal preference. I know for me, once I feel the tyres are gone, I'm losing like 3-4 seconds a lap, you know. So it just depends. Hopefully this is a good restart. Don't take it to the line, just go now, please. Or don't go now, you'll catch the car, but don't take it to the line either, please.
Yeah, we had this on Friday night. A few safety cars in Tier 2, and I think it was taken to the line on 3 out of 4 of them.
Yeah, frustrating, but within the rules.
Yeah, it only caused an issue once, I think, on the first one. But yeah, Bobo's gone. It looks like he's caught on napping a bit there.
Yeah, small, but yeah.
Ralph, it looks like he's got a good run on CDR S, but we have got a yellow flag. Not quite sure what that's for. Chips past pint size. Hopefully that was after the line.
Look, we're getting squirrely through turn 2. Marshall tagged the rear of him. It was a love tap. Nothing in it, but...
Oh, SDRS 3 seconds. It's not what you want this early.
I know Luckman is 4 points ahead, but would you prefer to be Marshall following or Luckman trying to build a gap? I prefer to be following, to be honest. Be less pressure.
Yeah, that's it. But if you see that person ahead start building a gap, you know, then you start trying to overdrive. I think what the best thing that's happened for Marshall was making them 5 places up at first 3 corners.
Oh yeah.
If it had gone a couple of laps and he was still in the same position, it sort of leads to that where you're trying to overdrive, you're trying to force it.
Desperate then at that stage.
Lutman just building the gap slightly. We did see Marshall drop just over a second behind as SDRS now takes P2 off Airways into turn 1. And that's it, we don't know how the lads are set up as well, so we don't know who's got higher wings, lower wings. I'd say it looks like Marshall's got lower wings than Luckman because he catches him on that straight into turn 1 and then Luckman sort of builds the gap through the rest of the lap.
Yeah, I definitely won't help in second 2 anyway, having them lower wings, but Luckman's behind a couple of guys on hard. It's not a place he wants to be, if I'm honest.
I think he'd rather be on the back of the medium runners at the front. Definitely. Yeah, well, obviously, he'd be further up the grid.
Wow. I've said some stupid things in my time, but...
Oh, Christ. He put his name in that.
In the whole time.
Can't even say it. Oh, Christ. Harvey up past Ralph. Oh, Ralph fighting back.
Do you know what? The outside of turn 1 isn't the place to be for me.
Marshall's over a second now.
Luckman is doing everything to try and keep him out of DRS for the next lap.
Yeah, I found on Friday, coming into turn 1, a lot of lads going for the inside, but just completely outbraking themselves.
Yeah, this is the way break is on as well. You break on time, it's late. Simple as that.
Well, that's it. I was happy just taking the racing line, sticking to the racing line, not defending the inside. I think it was gameful. I think I had the measure of him three laps in a row. He tried the same thing and just outbroke himself. And then later on in the race, I decided to defend the inside, and the same thing happened. Whoever was on the outside then outbroke themselves.
I'll tell you what, I'm just trying to get a feeler for where people's heads are at. Marshall is rinsing his ERS and Marshall does not do that. So he's obviously feeling some level of pressure.
He wants to stay close.
Yeah, he does, and he doesn't have DRS now, and that gets even harder, but Luckman just needs to remain calm. Plenty can happen ahead. You don't want to get caught up in an incident ahead. He's on the quicker tyres. They're definitely going to be better. 9 laps in.
Is he going for a run on Harvey here? Harvey and Curley were, well, obviously they were swapping positions through turn 1 and 2. It looked like Luckman were going to try and make a move on Harvey there as well, but he's not.
Marshall's done alright there, 2 DRS zones, and he's still only just outside it, so he's done okay.
Yeah, he's got Moritz now though close to him. It was alright when he had Toby behind him on the hards, but now he's got Moritz on the mediums. Moritz looks like he's coming forward. And we've got positions being swapped at the front. SDRS and Airways swapping multiple times. Ralphie now passed.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yellow flag. That's matey boy. 2 Red Bulls.
Oh,
SDRS, another 3 seconds. Marshall's well within the DRS now, but Moritz is all over the back of him. I think Moritz is going for this. Oh, he's not close enough.
Oh, he nearly tagged the rear of Marshall there twice. Marshall is really using his ERS now, that. So is Harvey. Harvey's nearly out.
Marshall just pulling out, having a look at Luckman.
Yeah, I tell you what, Luckman is doing alright here. He's definitely in the best place in terms of ERS. Apologies to anyone else, but this is where it's at the moment, lads.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm sorry. I've stuck on board with this because this is what we've been all season for. This is what we've waited for all season. Marshall's, you know, he's pulled in. Oh, I'd say around a second. Oh, we've lost the Red Bull again. Turn 1 and 2. That's matey boy again. No safety cars, no VSCs.
Yeah, I think the mediums there, though, if you got a safety car in the next 2 or 3 laps, they'd be quite happy. And Harvey doesn't have the RS. Is this Luckman's chance? Harvey's not deploying. Luckman is, and he has the RS. Can he get close enough? Does he have the wings? Definitely looks like he does. It's just a case of inside or outside. Yeah, he backs up.
It's a VSC. It's a VSC.
Oh, wow. Alright, we need to be careful here now.
Matey boy's DNF in sector 2.
The Deltas Friday night were insane.
Yeah, you do not want to pick up a drive-through. You do not want to pick up... And hindsight picks up a drive-through.
How? The VSC is out 10 seconds. I suppose. Yeah, disaster. It's going to be want to keep in that green. Definitely at this point.
Oh. I think that was an illegal overtake on E-Hail. Him and E-Hail swap positions. Airways dropping. Airways has spun. Airways has spun.
Oh, wow. No. It's just the Airways. It's just the Airways. My God.
And I think Toby got an illegal overtake on him there. Yeah, Toby slowed down. No issue there. Toby just pulled aside, let him pass. Didn't cause a problem to anyone behind. Fair enough. You see, you can, with a VSC, push the Delta, do you know, to gain on the car ahead.
There we go, we're back, and we did alright.
But it's not something I'd want to risk.
No.
Especially not Luckman and Marshall in their positions, you know, battling for... But it looks like Harvey has gained on Curly, though. Luckman's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it this time.
He's not, he's backed out.
He's not, he hangs, yeah. When he go for it in third 4, he just doesn't seem to have the pace. Not that he doesn't have the pace, he doesn't have the wings, I don't think.
So only 3 of your top 7 now on the mediums.
Those are probably not too far away from that point now. Albeit with... Ooh, Curly getting all out of shape there, and that could have caused mayhem behind, but it didn't. He just caught it. You're getting to that point now where the mediums are probably... they're not gone, but they're probably hurting a bit more than the hards, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They'd have hit that first drop-off zone, I'd have thought by now.
Moritz as well. Jesus, he's on the back of Marshall. Luckman might get closer this time. He gets a better exit than Harvey, definitely, and he's a lot closer, and he's deploying. And Harvey's deploying, but it's late.
Harvey's left in the space. Yeah.
He's got up to inside. He's going to get Curly as well in the turn 1. It's his double overtake.
It is.
It is. Oh, wow.
Oh, Curly's tagged him.
Oh, that's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It looked like he had the move done. It looks like he's tried sticking with him through turn 2 and tagged the rear of him. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Long way to go. Luckman needs to just keep his cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Moritz up past Harvey now. Marshall sat in P4.
Luckman, he went for the double. It was kind of one of them where he was almost obliged to do it.
Yeah, I think that when he saw that run coming into the braking zone, he sort of had to go for it.
He did go slightly deep into one. That was the issue.
Woodman and full send Dave now battling. I think Woodman just needs to make sure, you know, he's calm, regained his composure.
Yeah,
It's not over yet. We're not even halfway through the race yet. A long way to go.
And too wide there is not something you want to be doing. Sorry.
Stumble with Moritz and Harvey now still close to Marshall. Marshall's well off the back of Ralph. 3.8 seconds. Looks like he's just recouping his ERS now. He's not really pushing.
Ooh, safety car. Lockman, come in.
No.
I thought he was going to come in. That would have been potentially an opportunity, but it's not a safety car.
It's not.
Yellow flag, sector 1, 2, and 3. Hindsight out.
Mine's just showing one yellow flag in sector 1 where hindsight's retired.
And his car comes back out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Dave Douglas picking up 3 seconds. SDRS has caught to the back of Bobo now as well. Toby with 3 seconds. SDRS looks like he's going for it.
The medium runners absolutely praying for a safety car right now. It would really help them.
SDRS is going for the lead, trying to go up the inside into turn 1, and he does. Gets it stopped.
Will Bo come back at him into turn 4? That is the question.
I think SDRS covered that off nicely. Got a good enough run through turns 1 and 2. I'll be back in just a second.
So yeah, Bo with DRS, 90% battery. He just seems to be cruising at the moment. Moritz going up on the outside of Marshall. Apologies, we're not on board with that, but yeah, he is nonetheless. And he gets bogged down on the exit, so Marshall have a good run on him here. And he does. He just about getting ahead. Moritz hanging it through. Ooh. Wow. Fine margins. Fine margins. Stick on with Bo and SDRS a while, as that's where the onboard is. Obviously SDRS was 6 seconds of penalties. Some of them might be for avoiding a collision, so maybe they might be removed, maybe not. Bo on more or less full ERS. SDRS has recharged at this stage though, but I think Bo's just happy chilling here. 6 seconds, over 3.2 seconds, 3.4 now to Ralphie behind, so Bo's just chilling and see where he ends up, which is net P1. And no, he's not, he's going for fair play. And he's retaking the lead. Can he hang on into turn 4 though, is the question. SDRS getting a better run over turn 2. He's going at him in turn 4. Bo's not using. SDRS goes up the inside. And he gets to move on. Bo tucks in behind as you would.
Yeah, Bo looking in a better position with his ERS. Obviously, SDRS has 6 seconds worth of penalties as well. Looks like we've got a bit of a DRS train forming behind Marshall now. 4 drivers, Moritz, Harvey, E-Hale and Toby, all within DRS. We're at that halfway point of the race now. We can see some grey clouds.
A long ways to go here yet, Claire.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kieran asking for fastest lap. Fastest laps by SDRS. He said as it stands at this moment, it goes to race wins. Bobo's pitted. So it doesn't now. He's put hards on, he's put hards on. He's gone for hards.
Well, he would do, wouldn't he? He was on mediums.
Yeah, but would you bank on the rain? That's my thinking. That's why I'm sounding shocked at it.
Oh, wow. And that's going to be a safety car. 100%.
That's Moritz, out, E-Hale. And that's it now. Luckman's back up to P6. Safety car, and he can pit off them medium tyres.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That safety car suits the medium runner or the hard runners now. They can bring them off.
I think it helps either of them. If the lads on mediums have got them 18 laps, the lads putting mediums on now know they can get to the end.
You know what, we've got incidents as well. We had that Harvey and Moritz came together there, potential incident. Marshall and Chip came together, potential incident. Potential track limits, potential rain. Can we just have it easy Sunday?
I don't. Can we have an easy title decider like?
Marshall's going to get double stacked.
He's going to get double stacked. Ralph's in the pits.
It depends.
Oh, he's 5 seconds, 6 seconds behind, is he?
Yeah, he might be okay.
Might be a perfect double stack here. Oh, look at that from the Williams team.
God,
that is beautiful.
That's as good as you're going to get, really, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant play there from both of them.
Luckman's got jumped in the pits as well. He's down to P8.
Oh no.
And the trouble for Luckman though is the guys ahead are going to be just so much faster on the mediums.
Well, I don't know, because I think the hards and the mediums had similar pace, to be honest.
Yeah, you just got to look at the guys behind as well. E-Hale, Airways, Chip, no slouches.
SDRS has stayed out 19 laps on the mediums. Is he holding out for the rain or what?
Yeah, I would say yes. And all the blue is gone now. The track doesn't look...
It's definitely cloudy.
See, but we could see rain with 6 laps to go, potentially.
And this is the thing though now, after a safety car, I think the rain's going to come sooner than we thought. After the safety car, Marshall, if he's too close to Ralph, he's going to struggle. Because you can't intentionally slow down, on the way in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is that track looking greasy, Claire?
It does to me. SDRS, wow.
Jesus.
6 seconds of track limit penalties and then 5 seconds.
Behind. But yeah, jeez. Disaster. It's a tale of penalties for SDRS. So it showed so much pace and quality, and battling out for the lead of the race, and it's just he's got what 12 seconds of penalties now.
Hound's saying 10 to 15 minutes for rain. But yeah, I mean, I remember, I think it was season 2 at Austria, or season 3 at Austria. I thought I was on for a good result. He kept saying rain in 5 minutes, rain in 5 minutes, rain in 5 minutes. Every lap it was 5 minutes, I tried dragging the softs out as long as I could. The second I pitted for mediums, it started raining. That's why I wondered if the hard runners would go longer.
Yeah, so in the current position there's a 7-point swing. So Marshall currently 3 points ahead. Would take the championship if things stayed the same by 3 points. And that's a late call, that is.
Very late call.
And the track is greasy. It's going to rain here, I'd say, in the next 5 laps. The track is definitely getting dark, okay?
Yeah, clouds, that's it. It's getting darker. Bobo's gone. We've got a yellow flag. No, we're all green again. It's I don't really know what to say. I sort of feel on edge.
Yeah. With the track is greasy in a way, but I prefer to be on the mediums and the hards anyway, that's for sure.
Definitely you'd want to be on the softer tyre. But being on that softer tyre sort of sucks you into pushing more as well. And I wouldn't want to push too hard this early into the stint. You know, the track temps must be dropping now.
Yeah, 100%.
But Bobo looks comfortable, I've got to say. Up in P1, qualified there, pretty much been there all race. He's had that battle with SDRS. SDRS pitting a lap too late. As Ralph looks to just let Marshall through there.
Yeah. So I don't like that, to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, not from a reserve. Not from a reserve. If it was his actual teammate, I'd understand, but...
Yeah, look, I suppose... So I know some guys do get together when they are in the same car on the same night, so... Yeah. There's a 3-way ahead of Luckman here that's going to end badly.
Yeah, Harvey, Toby and Dave.
Toby and Dave. Jinx.
Well, we both started from the same end of that free as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we should start with Dave.
It doesn't start with Dave, it ends with Dave. It's a bit of a strange feeling on it, to be honest, since that Luckman and Curly contact and spin.
It's just taking the glimmer off it for me anyway.
Yeah, a bit of wind out the sails, like, oh Christ!
Wow!
Harvey straight on.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Luckman's net P5 as well, so it's not over. But that was always going to happen.
Can we get like live standing update?
I'm gonna say.
Bear with me.
Ooh, this could have an impact as well.
Full send Dave with a
free. No net P4.
Sheesh.
Yeah, Marshall still has enough. He has enough in P2, but Toby going wide. Oh, God.
Yeah, it'd be if Luckman's P4, it'll be a 7-point swing, so 3 points in Marshall's favour. Marshall setting the fastest lap, taking the race lead.
3 wide in turn 1 again. That's not good. That's not good. No, it's not. It is. It's not. It is. Then it's not. Then it's okay. Then it's not for Dave. Then it is okay again, but it's not really. But okay.
Is it okay or not?
It's not really.
You're doing too much talking.
It's fine. How did Marshall get up there?
While you were going, it's in, it's out, or whatever. Yeah, Marshall. I don't really know why we took the lead, to be honest, but I've got to say, surely Bobo's still in control, and
Yeah, but it's going to rain, and it's just a case of when. Like, Marshall is untouchable at the moment. There's nothing left he can do. Even finishing second now won't do. And he's well behind Marshall at this point.
yeah. As Ralph's going for Bobo as well now. Ralph for the fastest lap.
Ooh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky from Bobo.
Yeah, wow.
How did that?
Lutman's past Toby. Lutman's up to P4. I mean, it's nice to see them fighting. You know, they're not just giving it to Marshall.
Yeah, but it's fucking fight. Oh, there we go.
The contact between all three of them.
Yeah. And that was. To be honest, I'd be surprised if there's anything in that, but that's Bobo down to P14. Luckman into the podium position, and got the two Williams ahead of him. Everyone behind has penalties, but rain to come. It's still in Marshall's hands, and he's 2, 3. He's getting around 4 seconds ahead, 3.5 seconds ahead. As even at this point, Luckman needs to get past Marshall. Penalties aside, stewarding aside, to have no doubt. But yeah, it's been a bit crazy, really, if I'm honest.
Yeah, absolutely. That between the three of them, then Marshall, Ralph, and Bobo. Bobo looked like he got the run on Ralph. Oh, as Lutman and Toby are going side by side, bit of contact there. Toby has a half spin.
DRS as well.
Oh, I don't know if Toby hit Lutman then or not, but that was fucking close.
SDRS has that penalty, but as I said, with 9 laps to go, Luckman has to get past Marshall here.
He does, but if we get rain, it changes everything.
Yeah, it does, but I don't see it. I don't think it's going to happen. Back in 1 second there.
Ralph's closed in on Marshall. Is he pushing, or is he just trying to protect him? I don't know. He looks like he's trying to close that gap. Lutman back past SDRS now, taking that P3 back. Yeah, Colin, I thought the same thing. Lutman would be wise using SDRS. He's shown some pace. Use the DRS behind him to try and close that gap to the guys ahead. I'm not too sure whether Ralph's trying to challenge Marshall and go for it or not. If he does, if Ralph goes for it, Marshall's P2, Lutman's P3. It goes 1 point in Marshall's favour, so Lutman has to finish ahead of Marshall here. Yeah, they would. I think the only issue is they're not proper teammates. Ralph's a reserve, so maybe they're not in that discussion of DRS sharing and trying to boost away. But it looks like SDRS is coming back at Lutman now, and I think this is going to play into Lutman's hands a little bit now. They've pulled in half a tenth that lap. Sorry, half a second that lap. Full send Dave. Oh, in the pits and retiring. Don't do me like that, Dave. Dave Douglas up past Curly. Is the rain coming? Are we going to see rain? I don't know, it's getting late into this race now. I think unless the heavens open, I don't really see anyone pitting. I think they'll just make do. There's only 7 laps left now, 6 as we cross the line. I think Luckman's playing a clever game here with SDRS. They are definitely bridging that gap.
Radisky has to be racing Marshall, surely.
That's how it seems. But Luckman and SDRS are working together here. They sort of DRS slinging each other along. They've pulled in a second over the last 2 laps. Around about 8 tenths, something like that, 9 tenths.
Is there enough left in this session for the mediums to go and the hards to kick in? Is the question.
You will, when you hit 25%, there is a drop off, and obviously the medium runners will hit that first. It's just whether or not that drop off's big enough.
Yeah, the trouble here is the airways on the back of this as well, and I'd be surprised if Luckman doesn't get an overtake by Gordon here. I think SDRS and Luckman, sorry, are just working together. They're just slingshotting each other. But it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there you go, that gap's dropping. That gap's dropping. Yeah, SDRS just pulled in behind Luckman. They were trying to work together. But Luckman's burning too much ERS, sorry mate. Yeah, alright, crack on. Right, that's pushing hard as well,
yeah. I don't know, the overtake.
They're not going forward, that's the issue.
The overtake from Marshall on Ralphie looked a bit too easy. I thought Ralphie give it to him. He might not have, but it just sort of looked that way as I flicked on board.
Yeah, look, he's in trouble here now. Airways is definitely going to take him to turn 1.
He has. And Airways is going for it on SDRS.
Oh, that's
contact there.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, his car flipped over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just cost Luckman another second, so that's it, it's done. Over a second, yeah, Luckman's lost there.
It's done now, yeah. Penalties aside, that is the only thing that can have an impact on the championship at this point.
But that's it, even if Marshall's second, Luckman's third. Luckman needs to make sure he's within 5 seconds, you know, that's the minimum penalty in it. He needs to make sure he's within 5 seconds of Marshall and hope for the best. You know, that's even if there is a report against Marshall. It's just, I think that's the only way really anything's going to change here.
Yeah, look, we don't know. Look, there was a couple of coming together between several drivers, so we don't know.
No, we don't.
Make a move on Marshall.
SDRS is out. It's a safety. It's a full safety car. It's a full safety car. Oh, Christ on a bike.
Wow.
Are you pitting for softs?
If I'm Luckman, I'm doing the opposite to Marshall. You have to. At this point, you have to.
Yeah.
It'll probably come in the end of lap 34, that, to be fair. can you hold him off for 2 laps? I don't know if you can. If he goes in and nobody else goes in, everyone else, we don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. This is a disaster for Marshall because he's second guessing everything right now. Do I come in? Do I go out? Are my mediums okay? There's only 13 laps on him, but they're still fairly worn. It's a decision for him to make. Ralphie's going to stay out if Marshall comes in.
He'll do the opposite to Marshall, I think. Yeah.
Otherwise he's going to get double stacked. Luckman's going to stay out. I can guarantee you that. I'd be doing the opposite of Marshall and hope everyone else behind comes in, which they might.
Marshall's
in. Oh my God, that was close. Luckman stays out as anticipated.
Ralphie stays out as well.
Yeah.
No, Luckman's tyres will be in a better position than Marshall's, but Luckman needs more people to stay out.
He does, and everyone's pitting. That's the issue.
They're not. Toby stayed out, Chip's out, Holmes stayed out.
But they have penalties. The only hope he has is if they hold him up.
That's what I'm saying. Hold him up, just so that he can't challenge.
So, yeah, Marshall and Hound has jumped Marshall as well.
If Luckman's ahead of Marshall, Luckman wins.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Is he's just hoping that them lads hold Marshall up.
Him up. Oh wow! Oh wow!
Because there's only going to be 2 laps when we cross the line. But I have to say it, for Marshall now, this is soft on brains off.
This is off the walls.
I thought it was done. I thought it was over for Luckman. I really did.
Yeah, Luckman is praying for the fucking god of Mr. Burt Mylander to stay out as long as he can. A bit of a disaster for Marshall. To be fair, Marshall was absolutely controlling that in P1, doing everything he needed to do. This is as anticipated. The safety car is in, and we're going to have 2 laps of racing. There will be no DRS, and the question is, can Marshall get ahead of the 3 ahead? He'll get him on penalties, but
he'll need to get Luckman as well.
Yeah, can he get him on track? What's the difference in points between P2 and P3? 4. So Marshall, wow. Marshall's encroaching Hound under the safety car, which is against league rules, so I'll just back it off, and he does nothing at all wrong with that. So here we go, 2 laps. Marshall has 3 cars between himself and Luckman.
I'm on board with Marshall for this.
He's going to get past him fairly quick. The question is, can he get past Luckman? That is where we're at.
Luckman's going to want these cars to just defend like lions now for at least a lap. Let Luckman build a bit of a gap.
And the thing is, for Marshall, it's out of his hands now, but he doesn't want to go too far. And he nearly gets caught by Hound, and this is what I'm saying, he could find himself in the wrong position. The dead cyclist analogy here won't work. He'll be dead, but he'll be fucked.
There's a lot of people listening. A lot of people listening who won't understand the dead cyclist analogy.
Oh, Airways is gone, and that won't be a safety car. That won't be anything, surely.
Yeah, it's too late. But this is going to be the final lap. There's no way Marshall can take Luckman.
He's going to get home.
We've got rain.
Fuck off.
I saw a flash of rain then. Is it raining?
My heart. Alright, Marshall has got home. He's on the back of Marshall now, but he needs to take Toby as well. And he's gone deep into turn 1. Hound is going back at him, and he gets it straight, run down to turn 4. It's unlikely, but not impossible.
It's fucking raining.
It's raining as well, and there's a mixture of tyres. Luckman has shot in his pants, I'd assume, at this stage. Ralphie's happy out, none the wiser, on for the race win. Where's Marshall? He's getting close to the back of Chip. I don't think there's not enough time left.
There's not.
Especially.
He's close to Chip though.
Chip gets all out of shape, and he's past Chip. On the inside, Chip comes back. No, Chip, leaves enough space to be fair to him. And he doesn't. I'm going to say this is Luckman's, unless he fucks it up from here. I feel so bad for Marshall. And he's doing his best, and
he took, as you said though, this for me is that 21 season, that F1 21 season without the Michael Massey intervention.
Yeah, Marshall, he's going off track. Will he will he get Chip? He's going to get him anyway, but he's behind Luckman.
He's behind
And
Luckman,
and Luckman is the champion.
that's it.
Penalties.
Luckman P2, Marshall P3 after penalties. That's as close as it could have been, I think.
Holy. Oh.
Wow. A race turned on its head multiple times.
Oh. I think I've had a heart attack.
I'll tell you what, the only positive I'm taking from this is that we can speak to both the championship challengers in this podium interview.
Christ, look, obviously it's the same as Friday night. King Luckman is the provisional champion, but we can't do anything, nothing can be announced, especially with how close they are. We'll have to go through the incidents page, the shooting process, the appeals process,
absolutely,
and see where we end up. But
from what we see, as it stands, from what we see based on this result, Luckman is the Tier 3 champion.
Yeah.
I'm lost for words, mate. I'm lost for words.
I honestly, I feel so bad for Marshall. And look, we'll get the lads in, but like fucking.
I've got to say, through that race, awful. I felt sorry for both of them.
Yeah, at certain points, it was like it was going one way, it was going the other, and Marshall was just in
control. Looked in control. Then had the spin with Curly. It was all in Marshall's favour. He took the race lead. He looked like he was in control. And like I said, this reminds me of that 21 season with Lewis and Max at Abu Dhabi. That final safety car came out. The leader decided to stay out. The car behind pitted. You've got to do the opposite of the other car. And, this way we've seen it go the other way.
It's as I said. Look, I've 10 things to do. I'm trying to get Ralphie into this, but also trying to commentate.
That's two things, mate.
Shut the fuck up. Can you get Ralphie into this chat?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
And my PS Plus, my PS app has logged me out. But yeah, as I was saying, like it was disaster there for Marshall because you're the leader, you don't know what to do, you pit for softs, everybody else comes in behind you, you're laughing, people stay out.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what happened. He decided to come in for softs. And you know what? If he didn't, Luckman would have come in behind him anyway. I would think.
Exactly that.
And just them couple of cars between, and it's just
that's the thing for Luckman was how many cars between him and Marshall stared out. Were there enough cars to hold him up, or was it just going to be one or two that he could probably get on that first lap?
It's just off the walls.
I don't think Ralphie's going to be joining, gents.
Or is he not?
Why not?
No,
he said his English is as good as Van Haal's.
Exactly, and he was very horny.
Jesus, Dan.
He was, wasn't he?
Right, all that's confirmed for me though is that Marshall. No. That Marshall and Ralph were working together.
He's my teammate for the race. Of course we're going to work together.
Don't like that at all. He's a reserve.
Venom, I didn't choose the reserves. Venom was also my teammate for the season. He'd done a great job, as I said in previous interviews. He'd done a great job as a teammate. Can ask for a better teammate, to be honest.
Ralphie's gone, so yeah, we just wait for Luckman if he's not here. And he's not here. He's probably after having a stroke. Hopefully, I'm sick shit of dealing with him. Sign off. Alright. Yeah, hopefully he joins soon.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process it all. To be honest, it's it's typical tier three season finale, isn't it?
Yeah, from a comms point of view, it's I'll use the famous quote: "The hat was in, the hat was out," and then he put it in, took it back out again. That kind of sums up tier three every season. They do this to us every season, bar two.
Well, that's it. You know, Marshall got that brilliant start, that phenomenal start, and
Yeah,
put him on the back of Lutman at that first safety car. And I've got to say, with the hard tyre choice, the thought of rain coming, it looked like it was going in his favour. And then Lutman started pulling away a little bit, bridged that DRS gap. Then the contact that he had with Curly, the spin, dropping down the order, it looked like it was in Marshall's favour. Takes the lead. Looked like he was working with his teammate. Looked like Ralph were coming back at him, but he didn't. Lutman trying to fight his way back through, and then that late safety car, SDRS crashing out, that late safety car. And as you say, it's basically they had to do the opposite of each other. They had
yeah.
to,
Do you
to
know
for
what?
anything.
In a way, and it's like it's not going to console the loser or the guy that doesn't win either way, no matter how it works out. They both had a bit of bad luck in this race. Obviously, we look back to last week. Luckman knocked out in Q2. Same happened again to Marshall, and I did say that like P7 to P15 seems like a lot, but on the grid it's not. And like for Marshall to be where he was after 3 laps, right behind Luckman, working his
Yeah.
way through. Luckman had contact with Curly, turn one, spinning him around. So that's I'm not saying whose fault it was, but there was contact, there was a collision, sends him back. Then he comes back at it. Marshall is still in control, doing everything he needs to do. There's only 6 laps left. That safety car changes everything, and then you're at the front, and it's what do we do? And invariably, when you're at the front, you'll always make the wrong decision because the guy behind has the advantage of knowing what you've done.
That's
So,
exactly it. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Anyway, I'll leave you crack on with it, Claire. Can I just state it's provisional? We cannot
Yeah,
confirm until after stewards has been stewarding process, the appeals process, and all that goes with it.
I understand that. I will just go off what we've seen, though. Wow. Marshall, not the qualifying you wanted to be starting the finale when you're in the championship battle. But you had, God, yeah, one of the best starts I think I've ever seen. How were the start from your point of view?
Oh, well, first off, congratulations, King Luckman. Well done, mate. Been fantastic racing all season. Qualifying, I'll be honest, I'm not very good at this track. This is one of my worst tracks to drive around. So yeah, qualifying was kind of expected. I was close to going out and kind of getting into the top 10 anyway, because these guys are fast. Like there's like a second between first and 15th in Q2 and Q3 anyway. It's like these, Q3 and Q2. Fantastic. These guys are fast. Well done to everyone on in qualifying. Fantastic qualifying session. I got a bit lucky. Start of the race, I did have a good start off the line. Stayed on the outside of turn one. Got me the inside of turn two, and luckily for me, there was a kind of a bit of an incident. It took a few cars off, which pushed me up, and then it was a case of just trying to close down on the hard tyre, the pack. And again, I think I got a bit lucky in position. Was it turn 7? I can't remember who the drivers were in front of me. That long right-hander, I think might have been some contact there, and they kind of exited the track and allowed me to go through. Then it was just a case of just trying to catch the pack before the DRS train kicked in, because I was out of DRS. And thankfully, I got back in the DRS at that stage. So up to that stage, it's going really well for me.
I suppose like it was just like we obviously there was a bit of contact ahead. You take advantage of what's in front of you. It's out of your control. But to see you go from P15 to P8 by the safety car, lap 3 or the VSC, whichever one it was, I was like, we've a proper battle here. Like, I mean, knowing that all Luckman had to do was finish ahead, and potentially behind, but not too far behind. Obviously you got to where you were. You got back into the DRS, things worked out. The safety car boxing off the hards definitely suited. The double stack was Red Bull style.
Yeah.
Everything was
I'd
going
have gone
well.
Mercedes, but
Or Mercedes, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
the
It
Hamilton
wasn't.
Bottas one, the perfect one.
It wasn't a steak F1 anyway.
I was worried about the double stack, but thankfully it wasn't. It didn't impact position, so
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
everything going well at that point. 5, 6 laps left, you're in control, you're ahead. You can see Luckman is 3, 4 seconds back. Bang, safety car. What pops into your head initially?
Um,
Not even initially, but talk us through the process between safety car and the decision whether I'm staying in or out. What's going through your head? What factors?
First thought was
What made you make
what
the decision?
the first thought was what the bloody hell. That's 2 weeks he's got lucky with a late safety car. Um, I was like, I couldn't write it, could you? And it's like, yeah, it was either it was stay out and he pit and have the faster tyres, or me pit. Hopefully, everybody behind me pit, thinking that King would stay out, and I'd just be behind him. But a couple of others stayed out as well, which didn't help me in that respect.
I
Yeah,
think
And I thought
that's it.
also,
At that
it's
point,
an impossible situation.
it's the luck of the draw. Obviously, the two championship challengers have to do the opposite of each other, which I understand. They've got to try whatever they can. It's everyone else. It's a lottery. It's random what happens with everyone else, and unfortunately, too many people stand out for you.
yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? It's my fault. I was leading. I probably should have stayed out and made him work for it. That's what I should have done. So looking back at it, you can.
That's hindsight, that isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to say that. But nevertheless, I couldn't get back up. All I could have was hoped for is maybe he got a penalty, time penalty, on the
Yeah,
last couple of laps. But
that's the thing. Look, I said this the minute it came out. I said it straight away. Obviously, Lookman being behind, he's going to do the opposite. But like it's one of these hindsight things. You box, they stay out, they come in. You don't box, he boxes. At the end of the day, someone makes a decision, and everyone else makes a decision, and then you are where you are. And to be honest, it's an unlucky. It's unlucky in the end. You were in control of that with 6 laps
Yeah.
to go,
Yeah.
but that's the nature of racing, and it happens, and you make a decision. And look, I've made them decisions, both right and wrong. On another day, you didn't box, he boxed, he catches you anyway. You don't know. The thing is, it was an awesome battle last season. Great driving, great. And you know what? I want to make a point on this. Neither driver really reported a whole pile, and when it was fine margin. So it's, hats off. The racing is top quality, and that's the kind of racing we expect here.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's been good. Yeah, thank you to everyone in CDR, everyone on track. Been fantastic season. Well done.
Cheers, bud.
Thank you. Marshall there. Oh, yeah, unfortunate, mate. Unfortunate, but there's always next season. Obviously, stewards and that to be decided. Everything will be announced in due time. But we move on to probably the happiest man in the room, King Luckman. How are you feeling? Yeah, you don't sound that happy.
It's like talking to Kane Lowry. You
I was
just won the
I was
championship.
taking a shit.
Yeah, you just won the championship. How do you feel? I feel fine. Yeah, yeah. You can't be heard on stream by all accounts.
Speak again, bud.
So yeah, that race had it all really. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
myself, and that sounds horrible.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
apologies, mate. I put my volume on full.
that race had it all. To be fair, obviously Marshall being knocked out in Q2, I thought that was my opportunity to take a bit of pressure off myself. And after 3 laps, I see he's behind me again. I'm like, how has this happened? Even someone let him through or something? It was a bit
Can I ask,
crazy. And then
at the quali situation, going into Q3, knowing he's qualified 15th, are you trying to throw everything at it to get as high up as you can, or were you a bit reserved in that Q3 session? You know, just try and get a half decent start.
yeah, it was just about putting a decent lap on the board, not starting 10th. You know, every car that's between me and Marshall in that race was helpful towards me.
Yeah.
For many different reasons, obviously taking a lot of pressure off. But like I say, that was nullified after 3 laps when I see it's behind me. And then obviously the incident in turn one. After that, it was a bit like, right, okay, just get it back on track. Anything can happen, as we saw last week. And then the safety car. Obviously, I thought Marshall was going to stay out, so I'd obviously got my strategy all ready to go. And then I see it come in, and I was like, right, I can't stay out. I can't go in now. I need to stay out. And luckily, it paid off. Obviously, 3 cars in the way till the end, and yeah, finally, this is a long time coming. So,
It's honestly that ending to the race for me is absolutely insane. You know, I felt for you. I felt for you so much when you know you had that contact at turn one. You had that spin, and I've got to say Marshall did everything he could, you know, to take advantage of that. He took the lead of the race and he looked in control. And at that point, I'm thinking, yeah, this is over now. It's done. And then, you know, 3 laps to go, a safety car comes out, and yeah, like I said, that it's, for me that 2021 season of F1, you know, do the opposite of what the other guy does, and it's going to benefit one of you. And this time, it's gone in your favour. Yeah,
Do you know what? Again, you know, look. Obviously, we spoke to Marshall, and I've asked him his point of view and what was he thinking, and you know, we've asked Luckman, and obviously Luckman's strategy was to come in and then he stayed out. But again, it's similar to Marshall in a way. Obviously, it ended up differently, but Luckman doesn't know who's coming in behind him. You know,
yeah.
like if the whole field pits, Marshall has him into turn four, definitely lap 35, and most certainly lap 36. So in a way, it's, you know, they made their decisions and that played out. But ultimately, I think
It was down to luck.
what happened behind really dictated how it ended. And it's you know, it's a hard one for me because, you know, Marshall did so well in that race, but you know, coming back at the end, and yes, either way, I think if you know, given that safety car, even without it, for one of these guys to lose the way it transpired, you know, Marshall probably feels harshly done by the safety car. Luckman with the incident at turn one, not
Yeah,
ideal. So either way, I think someone would be disappointed, and it's just one of those. But both drivers have given us a cracking season.
absolutely.
Yeah, as again, as I said to Marshall, limited reports, not a whole pile of reports against, but yeah, just top notch racing all season, taking it down to the wire, and both would have been deserving champions.
Absolutely.
But there can
Absolutely.
only be one, and we can't announce that officially till tomorrow because we don't know, especially with how close it was at the end. A minor avoidable could swing this again. So yeah, look, fair play to the lads. Cracking season. Looking forward to next season. Looking forward to the 3 week break, to be honest.
Absolutely. You know, I don't get it. I don't know what it is about Tier 3, but it brings this every season. You know, I finished this final race of the season doing comms, and I'm probably sweating more than some of the drivers, to be honest. It's insane. It's insane. Every season we get this. But yeah, yeah, big thank you. Big thank you to everyone who's been involved this season. Massive thank you to all the admins, all the help running the league. Dan, obviously, running the show. Massive thank you to all the drivers across all 3 tiers. You know, without you lads, we can't do this. Specifically now on Sunday, massive thank you to Marshall and Lutman. Both of you put on a phenomenal show all season. Been great watching. Been great to commentate on. But yeah, thank you all. Thanks all the viewers as well. Everyone who's commented, everyone who gets involved, tunes in. Hopefully, we'll see you all next season. Next season will be on the new game. Just in case Dan's sarcastic comment wasn't enough.
Either that or Dave Douglas is thick as shit, one or the other.
Yeah, he's just installed F121.
When did he start?
No, but yeah, thank you all. Make sure you please tune in next season. There'll be announcements out in the next week or so about the new season, new game. Yeah, thank you all. See you then.